Is insane, which is probably what I'll call the title of this video. Now, I am no stranger to the Tour Night and drama that he has been surrounded in. I think I've done like 3 videos on him at this point.
Okay, he has actually done like so many videos on Tour Night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. Okay, he's done 5. I thought it was something like that. Let me bring the chat out. Let me bring it over here. Okay.
Point. 3 separate videos for 3 different instances of drama that he has been involved in. Usually what I do is go ahead and break down the situations, kind of give my take on it. But honestly, with this one, this is the worst drama that Tour Night has been involved in yet. And this is the one where his career is basically on the line. Now,
yeah, that's true.
First off, I gotta say, if I open my TikTok and I scroll for like more than 2 seconds, guaranteed there will be some kind of TikTok ridiculing Tour Night, whether that's calling out the things that he's done or just like showing some old TikTok that he made of him having a breakdown.
But now my life is ruined because now that I'm banned, the amount of money that
dude, the amount of these videos reacting to just this, like not even to me or to Professor Pippi, was insane. There was like some with like 500,000 likes.
Yeah. From views, that was gonna pay my rent.
But there are also some other TikTokers, like your favorite guy and Professor Pippi, that are definitely being the most vocal about the things that he's been accused of. So this all started out with the first guy I mentioned, your favorite guy, and he basically made an expose video. And then Tour Night made a response.
Yeah, dude, that video was like 7 or 8 minutes long. And then like the follow-up was like 4 minutes long. And those were just the first 2. So it's basically like a YouTube length expose. Has Tour Night blocked you? No, he never blocked me. Cause he wanted to like butter me up, you know. He's like, I love your content, whatever.
To that.
Yeah, and in the DMs, bro, it was actually crazy. He's like, I don't want to be enemies with you. I've posted some of those screenshots, but like he was glazing me so hard, and I came out. I can actually pull it up. Actually, it'll be funny. But I literally told him like, stop glazing me, bro. Like you don't have to. Like it makes you look like weird. Yeah, he was trying to seem nice. Let me find it. Give me a quick second. Because I did screenshot it. Okay, here we go. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll read it to you guys. He goes, and again, thank you 1,000 times for hearing me out. It genuinely means the world to me. And I go, dude, I don't need the glazing. I'm not on your side. And it kills me that somebody who looked up to me turned out to have done all this. I'll be fair in my response, but that doesn't mean you will agree with me. So it was just stuff like that. Like, and I didn't understand because it wasn't working on me. And Professor Pippi told me that the same stuff happened with him and Tour Night when he talked to Tour Night about the situations. So...
by stitching it, which is like kind of replying on TikTok. Now, Tour Night got loads and loads of hate.
And guys, is the volume good? Is the volume good for this?
He actually ended up disabling his comments and privating his Instagram, saying over and over that I've made a response video. It's on YouTube. You've just got to watch the response video on YouTube.
This man right here is the worst man on TikTok right now. And I'm going to tell you guys
Sound is good.
Yes.
Okay, good.
I'm turning my comments off. Yeah.
Okay, wait. First off, let's pull up the Travis Scott apology, because that like little like sigh at the beginning and the taking, you know what I'm saying? It looked exactly like the Travis Scott apology. Like,
I just want to send out prayers to the
guys,
to the ones that was lost last night.
Like, this is literally him.
I just want to send out
Okay,
prayers.
okay, enough of that. Yeah. Let's keep going.
Yes. I'm turning my comments off. Yes, I'm making my Instagram private. No, I'm not going to be answering any DMs. I explain everything on my YouTube. And this sucks because I followed this guy.
Yeah, there's the glazing, bro. And he actually DM'd me like way before I think it was like March of this year, I guess. Might have been last year. But I never responded to him because we used to be mutuals. I just like didn't even see it, you know.
I love your content.
Is Moist Critical making a video on him? Well, a bunch of people went to his live stream the other day and they were donating and asking him to talk about it. And he said he would look into it later. And then with Pyro, at the end of this video, he says, I guess we'll have to see what Moist Critical says. Sorry for the spoiler, but maybe. The answer's maybe. I don't know for sure.
I genuinely do. I have absolutely nothing
Your video is under review. Yeah, I know. I sent an appeal.
against you whatsoever, and I know it's not your fault that you've been misinformed. It's not your fault. So just please, to everyone stalking my account right now, just watch my YouTube video. Please.
Now, I do want to say, if you're accused of something, the worst thing you can ever do is, like, disable comments or private any accounts. Because I hate to admit it, no matter what the situation is, to the internet in general, it makes you look guilty. It is the equivalent of bringing a dog on the apology video and starting to stroke.
Yeah, Pyro's right about this. Never, dude, if you are in a controversy, you never ever turn your comments off. That means, like, you don't want to see, like, the criticism or have open discussion on your page.
Okay, or something. It isn't good. It looks like you're trying to run away. And I get it. Like, having the top comment over and over be people, you know, accusing you or roasting you.
Somebody said in the chat, you're not the news. Why do you expose people's personal life on TikTok? Well, the thing is, as a content creator and as a person, I fucking hate pedophiles. I hate them, bro. And I'm not going to let other content creators around me on TikTok, especially people I'm mutuals with, just go and keep posting and making money while abusing their power as a content creator. Like, it's just so messed up.
It sucks. It really does. But you should never, ever turn off comments or disable them.
Isn't he 20?
Like
He's
that.
almost 20.
It genuinely just implicits guilt.
Yes, I make money from TikTok.
It's the worst thing you can ever do. Now, a lot of these accusations actually go back to previous videos that I talked about in the past. Like, for example, my original video, which kicked off all of this, is when he was actually kicked out of his house by his landlord, and he made a TikTok basically down on his luck saying, you know, I never ask for help. I do these kind of videos helping young men with mental health, but I'm screwed. I'm completely homeless. I have no money. I don't know what to do. And this apparently led him to get over $200,000 in donations from his followers. I even remember covering this at the time, saying that he got so many donations that he basically had to make a TikTok saying, like, guys, stop donating. Like, I don't need any more money, which, if anything, seems really generous. But then a screenshot has came to light of Tornite actually saying that he wasn't homeless and that he was straight bawling, and then he's asking the girl to delete the message.
So I don't know if Pyro shows it, but when he told everyone he was homeless, he was staying with his sister and her husband in like an apartment, and his sister's husband came out and said, like, we invited, like, he could have stayed till the end of the month, and he dragged. Okay, so the video he posted, he was outside in like the middle of the street in wintertime, and he had a suitcase just laying out, and it wasn't even his suitcase. And according to his story, he was staying at a friend's house or something. So what he would have to do is drag this suitcase outside to make the video and get sympathy. Like, he acted like he was literally on the street, and he wasn't at all, ever.
Here's a screenshot of him texting a girl on Instagram saying he could buy her a bunch of expensive things with the money he scammed his fans from, saying that he was never actually homeless, as you could see here.
Now, Tornite did actually upload a response video which kind of goes over everything he's been accused of. I've got a plugin that shows the dislikes. There are more dislikes than likes, and he's
1.5K. I don't know. Okay, this is part 2, so that's probably accurate. But part 1's at like 60K views and not a lot of likes, so I wonder what that is.
Comments off, which, again, please never do that. It is genuinely the worst thing you can do whenever having to do any kind of response to something. So what he goes on to say to refute everything is the screenshots aren't real. They're faked.
I'm now going to...
Oh my gosh.
Play.
Bro, no way I got an ad. I actually need to buy YouTube Premium if I'm going to do reactions. It only shows the likes and dislikes of others who have the plugin. Okay, here we go.
those screenshots are fake, and it's actually kind of obvious.
So apparently during his like homelessness saga, we're gonna call it now, Tornite, with the cash that he got from fans, was hopping between different hotels. And at that time, he was talking to a girl. And then apparently Kate, his girlfriend, actually said, you know, stop talking to this girl. To which he did. And then apparently in return, that's why his DMs were like leaked or exposed. And then Tornite goes on to show like his proof afterwards.
So here is the main screenshot that ended up getting shared.
Baby, I'm straight ballin'.
Okay, dude, in Tonight's videos, like his responses, like he put like memes and like put like happy and sad music. Like he made it so like artificial, you know, and that's just not what you're supposed to do with an apology. Plus, about the screenshots, there's 2 sets of screenshots, and in both of those, one of them was talking about the transphobia he exhibited, and the other was talking about his scamming. And in both of those, he said "we up" with the emoji, like. So I'm just saying it matches. It's like uniform.
I'd buy you whatever you wanted, diamonds and pearls.
Wait, weren't you homeless? I'm not cut up on Tommy Lord.
And no, by the way, we up.
Wait, hold on. You never were?
Nuh-uh. To be honest, wait, delete it.
And then this is the conversation she said that was from before.
Yes, this is the other one. Okay, so if you look right here where my mouse is in the corner, he goes, "So we up," the same way he said "we up" to the other situation, other screenshot.
Or it got deleted. She said that I said it and then deleted it seconds later, and that she screenshotted it right when I said it. And here is where I begin example. So if she had screenshotted what I said right before I deleted it, the screenshot would have had to have existed and had to have been taken at March 20th, 7 p.m. So after all of this, I asked them to show the dates of the screenshots because she didn't post any of this until several days later. And I was like, that didn't happen. I never said that. But if you can show me a screenshot that says...
The reason that there was no screen recording posted is because this girl went silent a couple months after because she got doxxed. And there's actually a text message I have of her talking to Professor Pippi where she's like, I'm done with all of this. Like, people found like my information. They contacted my family. They're saying like these nasty things about her abuse that she suffered. I guess that was public and people found that. And so she doesn't answer text anymore or Instagram.
As it was taken at 7 p.m., March 20th, whatever the original date was, then I will take the blame for this. She refused to show the dates of the...
That's not true.
Screenshots.
With the girl herself not showing proof, like for example not showing any kind of time or date or any kind of time frame when the screenshots were sent. So obviously like he's saying that these screenshots are fake, but then like he doesn't offer any kind of way to really disprove that. So it's an awkward situation of like, you know, if you've got an axe to grind with Tornite, you're going to believe it, and if you're like a righteous defender that's going to like, you know, put your head on the guillotine for him, you're probably going to believe it's fake. Now one lie that Tornite has apparently got caught in is he basically said when he was talking to this girl that the DMs lasted over like the course of a day and then he cut it off. But apparently
okay, so
what actually happened is these DMs went over the course of multiple days and it was actually the girl that ended up blocking him.
That was from my video, and Pyro got a little bit confused here. When I was saying that, I was talking about the 16-year-old he was flirting with it. So I mean, Pyro's doing a pretty good job so far, but that was kind of inaccurate. He said that Tonite said that his DMs with the 16-year-old lasted like one day, and then the next day he blocked her. But what's true is that it was like 5 days at least, and then she blocked him, and he ended up changing his story. And I don't think many people noticed that. That's why I want to point it out.
Not
because he just acted like nothing changed about his story when it did.
Him blocking her, which is what he originally said. Also, this is a little side note. I have no idea why Tornite is making a response video to like possibly career-ending accusations, and he's still wearing his like
it is
Tornite
sad
helmet
that I have to say which girl it is.
Some reason. I don't know whether he's like trying to stay in character or something. Again, it's not very professional, but I've talked about that earlier, like him disabling comments and privating accounts. It really isn't a good look. He should have just gone like full mask off to at least let people understand how serious the situation is. I think this is...
Yeah, Pyro's definitely right about this. I don't know why he kept his helmet on, like, for all the videos he made. I guess he doesn't want his face out there, but his face is in some of his videos. Dude, I don't know.
is why a lot
I don't know. He handled it so poorly.
People, including Critical, have kind of like acknowledged this situation but not really made a video on it because the waters here are incredibly murky. Like, keep in mind, me showing Tall Knight responding does not mean in any way that I'm siding with him or it's like, oh, look, guys, he totally debased these accusations. I just think it's fair that you're allowed to hear what he's been accused of and how he's going to refute that and then kind of make the opinion yourself. So
it would definitely be more believable if he took his helmet off, because then he's saying, like, I'm standing actually for what I'm saying right now and denying these accusations. Because with his helmet on, it seems like he's still trying to protect his identity, because if he's not able to disprove these, then his life's going to be ruined or something. So he should have just went all the way. But if I were him, I would have kept the helmet on because all the allegations are true. So, you know.
So another thing Tall Knight has been accused of, which I actually went over in a previous video, but it seems to have resurfaced, is that he has been transphobic. So for anyone that isn't a Tall Knight scholar and they haven't kept up to date on the trilogy of films that I've made on the channel, he got accused of transphobia. He made a video that was like purposely misgendering a trans person just because he basically didn't like their music. And then he also made these bizarre TikToks where he was like bragging about how he's getting followers from being a transphobe. And Tall Knight does actually acknowledge this in his response video in possibly the worst way imaginable.
He's a transphobe. And this, I will humbly admit, there is some truth to. Okay. I don't mean it in that way. I don't mean I am a transphobe. I mean, this accusation was not foundationless. Was not out of thin air like the others were. This one started when a while back, a transgender music artist.
Bro, oh my goodness. I actually need to download an ad blocker. Sorry, guys.
Whose name I can't remember. They posted a video on TikTok promoting their music. And like, that's all it was. It was someone posting a video about their music and how it was all cool and stuff because she was trans. And then when I saw it, I was like scrolling through the comments and I was like, huh, I'm really surprised no one's like saying anything in the comments. Just everyone was like being super supportive. And this, I admit to, it was more or less a hate comment. I disrespect.
Yeah, he didn't like that this trans artist was getting support from everybody. And like that points to like a deeper like hatred or uncomfort towards trans people. Like if you hate that a trans person's getting support, there's something wrong like deep inside.
Respectfully commented, I wish we could see all of the comments he's deleting. That's it.
That wasn't it. He doubled down because people like that comment got posted all over TikTok, and a bunch of people made videos saying like he's a transphobe, and he made videos like immediately after saying like, well, I'm Christian and God made you the way like he wanted you to be, and you should be that way because that's the best you're gonna be. And he was just using his Christianity to excuse his hate, and he never really addressed that.
That's literally all I said. That is literally it. I used their wrong pronouns. That is literally all that happened. I used their wrong pronouns. And yes, it was more or less on purpose because I didn't like the music. And again, I'm not trying to trash the artist, but in my opinion, the music was like dog shit. So then I insulted them. And for that, I am sorry. I am. That goes against everything I stand for as a positive vibes influencer, and I shouldn't have done that. That was wrong of me. That was hateful, and it was completely unprovoked. I shouldn't have done that. I genuinely should not have, and for that I am eternally sorry. Just because I have a different music taste, that doesn't...
See, this part where he says that, it just gets rid of the whole meaning of his apology. Like, if you're gonna say sorry, don't be like, well, just because I had a different music taste. No, you were hateful towards a trans person. Like, just own up to it, dude.
Doesn't justify me disrespecting you. And I'm sorry. But like, oh my god, the backlash I got for that was comical. It was like, I got thousands of people duetting me.
I like how he's got all...
This is just bad taste. Like, the reason people were especially like upset with that comment he made is because he sold himself to his audience as like, oh, I'm about good vibes and positivity, I'm never gonna hate on anybody, and then he's hateful, but on top of that, it's transphobic. And then he doubled down. So it's like, I think the hate he got was deserved. Because, horrible example, by the way, putting yourself off as like a good person and then just, it turns out you're not. Like, he's not a good person, guys.
all these accusations floating around him, but to that one, he's like, okay, so true. You got me there, bestie. Like, he starts laughing as well, and it's just really poor taste. It's not a good look. So he basically says that he intentionally used the wrong pronouns on someone just because, you know, he didn't like their music. But then he does apologize for it. But I do actually remember at the time, he did acknowledge the
he talks about
like
this
earlier on, like in previous videos that I covered. But he did actually go on to say, you know, something bizarre like, God has made you perfect, and why would you want to jeopardize that by changing the way you were born? And if you couldn't tell from Tall Knight being a literal like crusader and stuff, he's very like heavily religiously influenced. So even back then he was completely aware of what he did, but he was like,
guys, there's nothing wrong with being Christian, but don't use Christianity to defend like your hatred towards other people. Like, the average normal person agrees that that's never okay, and it makes other Christians look bad, bro.
Of coping to get around it. And for the next accusation, Jesus Christ, there is a laundry.
And also, he used to be like this big like mental health guy, like men's mental health, yeah. And then he started doing adult content, which pretty much goes against everything about men's mental health, because adult content's really, really harmful to men.
List. God damn. And finally, the final bit of drama that Tall Knight is involved in. Now, this one spans for quite a while. So originally, he got banned on TikTok. And apparently, he got banned because, you know, what Tall Knight does is, apart from these kind of male motivational videos, he'll dance around pretty provocatively while wearing the Knight helmet. And
okay, so right around the time he got banned and he started like posting on his alt account, that's when I kind of tuned into the situation and I was like, what's going on here? Because other than that, I really haven't heard anything about what was going on with him until then. And then I looked into Professor Pippi's videos and I contacted him. But yeah. Obviously, oh yeah, and by the way, shout out to Professor Pippi. Go follow him, guys. He is the greatest man I've ever worked with on TikTok. He does his research. He follows through. I don't know. Yeah, great guy.
When you do stuff like that on a public social media app, you are going to have many people thirsting for you of various ages. And then one person actually commented on his TikTok saying, I want to see it grow, parentheses, I got hacked. To which he then made a response video called I'm waiting with like hashtag bark like you want it.
Yeah, I got banned because of this. And this video is directed to everyone that doesn't like the Tall Knight, that doesn't like me. If you think I'm a file, and if you've seen all these videos calling me all these names, saying all these things about me, the least you can do is hear my side. Please. All I ask is that you look at my YouTube channel, and I finally posted the video addressing everything. I completely address the scamming accusations about the $30,000. I address the transphobia accusations, and I address the groomer accusations. Please just hear me out. That's all I ask. You've already robbed me of my platform. You've already taken away the money I needed to pay rent. The least you can do is hear my side. Please. My link is in my bio. Yeah, I got banned.
Okay, this is Professor Pippi's video.
Nope, you were banned because you were marketing your adult content to your child fan base on TikTok.
W Pippi!
Like this video where you dance provocatively to a spicy song.
Uh-oh, ad. Sorry, guys. Call me broke. Okay, here we go.
One of your fans said they want to see it grow. And when you take 2 seconds to look at the girl who commented that, she is very clearly 15 years old. And when people who were concerned about this confronted you, you wouldn't even take down the video.
And then there was another example.
Yeah, that's something I never touched on, but he like refused to take down the video of him promoting it to the comment from the 15-year-old girl. I thought that was insane, bro. Insane. Like, because he said it was a mistake. And he would want to correct his mistake, like, immediately to make sure, like, nothing bad, like, backlash happened to him. And he would have taken the video on it immediately, but he didn't do that. And that's what boggles me. Like, he handled all of these things the worst I've ever seen somebody handle, like, a conflict, drama, situation, being canceled.
Of him just like openly marketing that he does NSFW content like OnlyFans and stuff.
Like this video where you announced you are now making adult content and this fan of yours is really excited and look, you commented back to her. And again, 2 seconds to click the profile. She is 13 years old.
Someone replies with like, oh, like shock. He replies with a blind man walking stick emoji for some reason. And then if you go on the profile, she's 13 years old. Now,
yeah, somebody said the Romeo and Juliet laws are a huge cop-out, and I totally agree. Like, was created for people who were like in relationships before they both became adults, or one of them became adults.
I'll be honest.
And also, it does not cross state lines. So what he was doing with a 16-year-old, if he did anything with her in person, would have been illegal. Or if he had sent anything, would have been illegal, and he would have been qualified as a predator.
Situations like this are incredibly common on TikTok. I have seen loads of cosplayers and people that, you know, just dress up as characters from video games. Like, for example, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, you'll have people dress up as ghosts and stuff. And then you'll literally have these cosplayers have to put in their bio, like, minors don't be weird. Because unfortunately, when you do this kind of stuff, you do attract all ages. You could have people that are 30, 20, and then obviously younger than that. It really is a fucking minefield. But obviously, Tornite going from advocate for male mental health to now doing, like, sexually explicit content pretty openly, and they're replying to people without like checking age and stuff. It isn't the best look.
Yeah.
Fortnite directed all these people to his link tree, and you see that link at the top that says my workout routine. And that goes to his Patreon, where for $5 a month you can get his workout routine, or for just $2.50 more, you can look at his lewd photos and videos without needing to verify your age at all. That's why you got banned.
And then on top of that as well, he has a Patreon where he advertises it for being his workout routine, which is what loads of people do, right? You want to get the same physique he does.
Yeah, there was a bunch of explicit things available on that workout routine, and he claimed never was. And then he made like this... I think he shows it in this video. Hold on.
Sure, I'll pay the money to get any kind of like workout to follow. But then...
like the whimpering audio, bro. That was crazy.
Also, you gain access to literal nude photos of him that weren't mentioned anywhere in the link tree. Now, Tornite has responded to these accusations. I'm going to be honest, he has done it in the most bizarre way imaginable. I almost laughed when I first saw it. He's got this diagram, right, that it almost looks like a timeline of the Marvel Avengers films and when they take place. It is such a bizarre way to address an allegation like this.
So the next thing I want to address is the Tonite sent minors, the Patreon, which did not have age restriction. So here is that video now, articulately showing and proving that
it was not articulate, guys. Just watch.
That is not the case.
This is the month of August. We are there. This is when everything went down. When I started my Patreon, which had height, but I did not know had no age verification, that was around just before the beginning of the month. There's proof. It ran for almost exactly a week.
I don't know why he posted this, dude. It shows his stuff was available for 1 week, bro. Like...
before it got reported and then taken down. And then there's proof of that. And my OnlyFans, which is age restricted but pays less, I started on the 9th. There's proof of that. Now, this whole drama started when I made a video advertising my content in general, just...
Yeah, but the thing is, he in this video, he confuses that people are upset at him for promoting, first, his OnlyFans to a 15-year-old comment, and before that, his Patreon was accessible to any age. So, these are two different things, and he's gotten them confused, and he thinks that this video, like, disproves that he promoted it to his... He's saying that he didn't promote his Patreon. But he did it in the most convoluted way, and he shows, like, proof that people were buying his Patreon without age verification.
NSFW content to a minor accidentally. And the day that video was posted was the 10th. Here's proof of that. So, days before, the Patreon
Why is there a skull?
had nothing accessible on it. The posts were there, but they couldn't be accessed. So at no point in time did I make a video sending a minor to a website that didn't require age restriction. When I made that video, the only thing available...
The thing was, like, he promoted his Patreon workout routine, which had that stuff on it, bro. Like, and he... Yeah. He also claimed that, like, nothing was ever, like, public. But there's literally screenshots that I got sent off his Patreon where I saw, you know what.
My OnlyFans. That was the only thing that existed from that point on. Do you understand now?
Again, I have to admit, I do not think Tornite is built for dealing with drama, because every time he's been involved in drama, he tends to kind of just like have very poor rushed reactions. I mean, he just wrote on the timeline the time that he interacted with the minor as a skull emoji. That just goes to show that there is like, the worst thing is he's taking it seriously, but it's like how his brain is processing like, okay, the audience are going to like that. They're going to like the skull emoji. That is going to communicate to the audience that I'm taking this very seriously. But yeah, it really does seem overall that Tornite has just been been very sloppy with this. Like, for example, the Patreon just not being age gated at all. Like, you could have gone onto that Patreon and there was no requirement to enter age, even though Patreon does have that as a feature. Like, for example, artists that'll draw, you know, NSFW stuff, you'll have.
The thing is, though, he didn't show any remorse for any of this. Like, he just denied it and then admitted, like, most of it, and then just didn't say sorry or, like, it's an accident or, like, I really regret that happening. Like, never, bro.
Have to say that you're over 18 to even get access to pay pledges. But on Tall Knight's Patreon, there was no age verification, so you could have just, like, waltzed on onto the Patreon, been any age whatsoever, and got nude photos. So another accusation that gets thrown at Tall Knight, which I'm seeing all over TikTok, is the fact that he was talking to a 16-year-old. He basically goes on to say in his response video that he assumed the girl was of age just because she had, like, tattoos and piercings, which, yeah, that's probably not the most intelligent thing to do.
Me and her were apart for about a month-ish, and during that space of time, while I was still single, I was scrolling on TikTok and saw a thirst trap of this girl doing something. It was some kind of trend, I can't remember what, so I went to her Instagram. But I feel the need to heavily emphasize, this girl has tattoos and piercings. I genuinely thought that she was an adult, even though she turned out to be
Her age was in her bio.
16, which I don't know how I missed that.
And
they did.
Dude, the dog picture on him talking about him flirting with the 16-year-old is just not it, bro.
Didn't add that in their bio until after, but I can't prove that.
It's not true.
So I'm not gonna argue that.
He also goes on to claim that the entire conversation was like PG, whatever that means, but then actually doesn't go on to show like any kind of proof of that.
If you flirt with a minor and you're like 19, the conversation's not PG. Like, it's sexually charged. That's the facts. And he just says like, oh, it was fine, it was PG. It's crazy, bro.
I'll be honest as well, I find it really hard to like sympathize with him.
Yeah, he saw the thirst trap of this girl, decided to go to her Instagram and then talk to her on there.
Because while he's going on about this and how stupid he is and how irresponsible he is, he's throwing up like meme images and stuff on the screen and like sound effects. It really just kind of detracts from how serious this video is meant to be.
I've avoided making a video like this for a long time because you gotta see it from my perspective. Like, if someone started a rumor about you that you fucked your sister, you don't necessarily, you aren't exactly the fastest to correct them and like immediately.
This analogy just fell so flat, bro. Because he's talking about being accused of a rumor, like, not like a joke about his sister, bro. This is totally different.
Jump at the opportunity to defend yourself, because that actually looks bad.
He even at one point shows like a list of the character traits that he believes he has.